Yo, you guys, thank you for joining me here on my podcast today. This week, we are diving into the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We're also going to talk about how some of us are sleeping with the enemy and we just don't know it. And also, we are going to dive into the apology being as loud as the disrespect. Stick around. This is going to be a real good episode, y'all. I promise. Hey y'all, welcome to A Minute with Mishy. I very much appreciate you taking the time to be here with me today. I need you to sit back, relax, grab your favorite adult beverage because you're grown and you can do that, and get into this podcast. Everybody wants to know. So on September 3rd, influencer and internet icon Rolling Ray passed away. He has said in interviews before that because of his medical condition that doctors predicted that he wouldn't live to be past 14, but he has now reportedly died 3 days before his 26th birthday, I believe. 28th, I believe. I'm sorry. I believe it was the 28th. So, unfortunately, Rolling Ray has passed away. It has not even reached his 30th birthday, so rest in peace to him. But when I want to talk about that, I want to touch upon the people that I saw in the comment sections of people paying tribute to him that were judging him, and I felt like it was in very, very, very poor taste how they were judging him. And I am like, judge not lest ye be judged. They are throwing stones, and let he who is without sin cast the first stone. And I know exactly why they're making these comments. Some of them were like, oh, he was mean-spirited. And I'm like, so rejoicing in someone passing away isn't mean-spirited? You got to make that make sense. To be not rejoicing, but to not feel sympathy for someone passing away and loss of life isn't a good thing. So for you to say he was mean-spirited, so it's okay not to feel sympathy, is not cool. You are judging. And again, judge not lest ye be judged. So like, what are you saying? And people actually had the audacity to say something as cruel as, because the person said heaven gained an angel, we're saying things like he's not in heaven. What? You have no idea where someone could be or someone might be. You have no idea about these type of things. You're just making these negative assumptions based on your judgment. You don't know anything about where someone's soul is, how things are working, and what's going on in the afterlife, because you're here in the present life. And you should be glad for that. And you should not be judging and doing things that will not allow you to enter into the kingdom of heaven yourself. You should be worried about your own soul and not someone else's. And judging how someone else lived their life and saying where their soul is going to be. Or where their soul now is. How do you know? And if you go by, how they live their life, well, how about how you're living yours? Are you guaranteed to get into the kingdom of heaven? Because judging is one of the things that will keep you out of it. Yeah. Be very aware. And I wasn't a Rolling Ray fan. I'm not a Rolling Ray hater. Neither. I just saw him. He was a person. I did see him going back and forth with people, But he lived a tough life, I'm sure, and I'm sure he was picked at, and he was, and I saw him being picked at and bullied. So it may have made him put up a tougher exterior than normal. You know? Things like that make you a tougher person. Things like that make you harder. Things like that make you angry. So that's maybe what we would have been seeing. We don't know for sure. But to condemn someone's soul is crazy work. And I pray nobody ever does that to me. When my time comes, I pray that when my time comes, that I am welcomed into the bosom of Jesus. And just like, yeah, I've been talking a lot about that lately because that's how I feel. And knowing that I need to make my changes and taking it more serious about what I need to make sure I'm doing to be able to enter into the kingdom of heaven and be with Jesus and God, you know? So, but one thing I'm not going to be doing is condemning people's soul and telling people that they're gone someplace and that this person went this place. I let God sort them out. That's what I do. And that's what God's job is, not ours. Whew. I'm kind of pissed off, y'all. Let me explain why. So, as you know, I'm looking for a job. And I thought I really found a good work from home job that would work for me. I didn't care what the schedule was because I can work any schedule. That's not an issue. Scheduling is not an issue. And I did the virtual interview. And I passed the virtual interview and I passed the assessment. And was really excited because I was like, yes, finally, a job. Something that I can do at home. Should be pretty easy for me. I'm excited. I'm stoked to do this, right? Didn't talk to anybody about it. My sister maybe. Didn't want to tell the world because I was like, you can jinx yourself that way. And I do believe that. It's probably being superstitious, whatever. I don't care. But I just am a believer in you could jinx yourself like that. So I don't want to do that. Didn't post it on Facebook. I think I told another group of supporters, but it was still private. And I was like, pray for me. And they're not the type of people that you say pray for you and they wish for your downfall. They're actually good people who would pray for you. And, you know, they're prayerful people. So today I'm chatting with the lady because she said, log in, you know. We have to, you know, to see if your computer's good. I'm like, this is a red flag for me because, like, my computer's not old, so it should be good, right? Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with my computer. I got memory. There's nothing wrong with it. I need to have an i3 processor. An i5 processor. I have an i3 processor. And no, I cannot afford to buy a new computer. There's nothing wrong with this computer. I don't need to buy a new computer. I'm not in the market for a new computer. It's not in my budget. Going to rent a center when you do not have employment, they will not give you a new computer. So that's not going to happen. That's not feasible. Those are my only two options. How can I ask anybody to go to rent a center to get a computer for me in their name that's already doing the world for everybody else in the family? And other people in the family are tied up financially. They can't do it. This person is also tied up financially, helping everybody else in our family. She can't do it. So I had to withdraw my application. And basically, I am not getting that job. Am I disappointed? Highly. Do I want to cry? Absolutely. Have I cried yet? No, but I know I'm pretty much going to. I'm sure I'm going to break down at some point. Let me tell you why it's so disappointing. It's been so long for me, and I'm trying to find a position from home. And even though it wasn't paying what I wanted, it would have been perfect for me. I passed the interview. I got through all the hardest parts of that, only for my computer to be an i3 processor instead of an i5. Let me tell you what's also upsetting. This is one of the positions that does not send you equipment. So there was no way that they could send me equipment that would be up to their standards. You wasted my time. You made me nervous, and let me tell you how the interview process went. I had to record my interview 3 times on video, which I did not want to do because on their end something was happening. Not my end. There's nothing wrong with my computer, you guys. There is nothing wrong with this computer. They couldn't see it. It was too dark once, so I turned on every light in this damn room. This room was lit up like a Christmas tree. Recorded it. Then when I recorded it, it did not want to take. It was so much. Passed the assessment. I passed the typing test. All for them to tell me they don't provide equipment. The equipment is my fucking problem, basically. And I'm shit out of luck. I'm so tired, y'all. I'm going through so many things with the state trying to get benefits. That's another story. So I was like, I got a job. I'm going to not have to worry about this. I'm going to be back on my feet. I'm going to be able to fully support my child like I should. I'm going to be Gucci. Only for it to be snatched away from me before I even got it. That was snatched away from me, y'all. And you just don't know how I feel. I feel awful. I feel awful because I feel like, you know how they say the rug is snatched from under your feet? The rug was really snatched from under my feet. And I was left on my ass again. So I'm back at square one. I do not have a job. I have to find one from at home. One that's suitable for me. And pray that I get it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna see if any of these emails that I have will pan out to something. Because I need a job so bad. I need a job really, really bad. And this is crazy. I'm at my wit's end. I'm like, this can't be life. This can't be life, y'all. This can't be life for me. But apparently it is. It is my life right now. I just don't know what to do. I'm just hoping, you know how you have this vision, like, oh, she's gonna call me back and say it's okay, it's all good. The company said they'll work with that. Nope. I had to withdraw my application. She said if she withdraws it, it's gonna take 90 days. Look on the system and see if there's anything else that you might be qualified for. No, that's the only thing open on your system, and you know it. You know it. There's nothing else open. Y'all are having trouble filling these positions because you don't provide equipment and you want people's computer to do everything on their own personal computer. But you're the company, and people work for this company and they're going to be working for this company, and you want us? What? I can't, y'all. Something has to give. something has to give. Something really, really has to give. Like, it has to give. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Hopefully something gives soon, because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. I'm speechless and I'm at a loss of words. Wish me luck, y'all. Pray for me if you really mean it and not for my downfall. And just wish me the best. If you are not a citizen, do not come to this country. I'll repeat that. If you are not a citizen, do not come to this country. And no, I'm not saying it for the racist reasons that people probably believe, for the elitist, for the reasons, because I feel like because I'm a patriot or patriotic or any of that good stuff that you shouldn't come to this country. I feel like you should come to this country because they don't even know how to treat its own citizens, much less people who aren't. You see the news. And if you haven't seen the news and you're hearing this, I think you need to watch the news. And if you haven't watched the news because you don't like the news, then listen to this podcast and the things I talk about on it, and you'll get a clue. I promise you, I have been going back and forth trying to get some assistance until my disability kicks in, until I get a job, which I am still applying even with my disability, and everything else. And it's like pulling teeth. I was born here, and I am being treated like I am not even a second class citizen, not even a third, like a fourth class citizen. I wouldn't even think they would treat a second class or a third class citizen like this. A fourth class citizen is more like it. It's more accurate. I'm telling you, I don't mind being an American. I have no issues with being an American. I will tell anybody that I'm American. However, when I tell you that they don't know how to treat their citizens, I am not exaggerating. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. They, meaning the government, the city, state, whoever is in charge of all of us, unfortunately, does not know how to treat their citizens. They treat their citizens like trash, and they do that on purpose. They want to keep us enabled. They want to keep us relying on them. But they're the most unreliable people I've ever encountered. So why would I want to rely on you? Like, being self-sufficient has always been a thing for me. But with me facing a disability, it's hard. It's not as easy as I would like to make it seem, or people make it seem. It's hard, especially in this economy. And then you have this weak-ass system of things, this awful-ass system of things, making your life even worse. Like, it's unfathomable. It really, really is. If you don't know, I've kept receipts of all the bullshit that I've been going through with my caseworkers on different things, disability, DCF, Department of Children and Family Services, which is where you get, you guessed it, government assistance, unfortunately. And those people are the worst people ever. They're working at home. They have the lap of luxury. And they are still shitty people with shitty attitudes. I said exactly what I said. And I won't take it back. Until somebody proves me otherwise, that's what I feel. They are horrible, deplorable human beings. And they treat you like a horrible, deplorable human being. The way they act is how they treat you. And it's like you have the audacity. You have the audacity. And it's like, it's one big game, and it shouldn't be a game. You are playing with people's lives, and you should not be playing with people's lives. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Are y'all okay? Apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently they're not okay. And here we are having to deal with this and live everyday lives and try to be peaceful, productive citizens in this type of world. It will never cease to amaze me the things that they want us to accept and the things that they choose to put us through and how they want us to live our lives in this wicked system of things. People could talk about Jehovah's Witnesses all day long, but they got the right idea. They're living in peace out of this wicked system of things. They truly are. They're living in peace. And I'm quite sure they have their problems too, because we've seen some crazy Jehovah's Witnesses in the limelight before. But the ones that I know, they ain't living like this. Makes me want to follow suit. Maybe I wouldn't have to deal with all this stuff. And I'd be at peace and I'd be one with God. I mean, I promise. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. I am fighting for my life, y'all. But I'm going to have to keep y'all posted because at this point, I'm in complete limbo and I don't know where I stand. I don't know where I stand with my disability benefits. I don't know what's going on with my state benefits. I don't know where anything is. I have nothing. I'm Whitney Houston. I have nothing. Nothing, okay? Don't nobody ask me to do nothing because they know I don't have nothing. And it makes me feel even worse. So, like, God. I need to be touched by an angel. And not in the way that they take me on to glory, because I still want to be here, but whew, Lord, I need some help. I need some help, Lord. I need some help. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but it is a lot of things popping off and going on in the news, you guys. Today is September the 10th. Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Yeah, Charlie Kirk. You know who Charlie Kirk is, the conservative media personality, the co-founder of the Turning Point USA, the one people don't like and are going against a lot because they didn't like his conservative views. Well, he was visiting Utah Valley University on Wednesday and he was assassinated. Donald Trump is the one who confirmed his death on his Truth Social website, the one that most of us don't like and know is full of shit. He confirmed it then. And now here's what you need to know. Donald Trump, he took his Truth Social site to share that Charlie Kirk died. Not died. Died is when you know, natural causes and things like that. He was assassinated. That was more than just died. I told you he was the conservative that people had a lot of beef with. I've seen it in many arguments. This man was 31 and he was a sacrificial lamb for the Republican Party, if you ask me. They needed somebody and he was it. He probably thought they had good intentions for him and that they were going to do good things for him. But no, Charlie, you got more than you bargained for, didn't you, sir? I don't think that went how you thought it was gonna go, Charlie. Unfortunately. And unfortunately, you're no longer with us. Somebody took your life and assassinated you. He had a top-rated podcast, unlike mine, but hey, I'm still trying. He had a top-rated podcast and nationally syndicated Salem radio program called The Charlie Kirk Show. And yeah, he was trying to do his thing and make his voice known and just let it be known he was it. He was conservative and they did poor Charlie in. Somebody did poor Charlie in. They don't even know who it is. They're still on the lookout for him. And that's how I know it was orchestrated, because they find them any other time that they want to find him, and now they can't find this guy, and it's been hours. Charlie Kirk was assassinated hours ago. I'm not buying it. Something in the milk just ain't clean to me. It just ain't clean to me, y'all. I'm not buying it. That's that. And then that's not even it, y'all. Irina Zarutska, who worked at an area pizza restaurant, was stabbed to death while returning home from work on a Charlotte light rail train by DeCarlos Brown, a man with a lengthy criminal history. Now, I actually do not condone this by any means. I actually got into it with somebody about it because this chick was making it seem like because it was a black man and it was a white woman, that we felt sorry for the black man and we had nice and positive things to say about him. And we didn't. We didn't have anything positive to say about this dude. He killed this girl, rather, just randomly for no reason, because he felt like it. There was no reason for him to murder that girl. He murdered that girl. Any way you slice it, he murdered that girl. And it's like, how can you think that we condone this and that we have any joy in this when we're talking about it and saying how wrong it was? Everybody in the comment was saying that they felt bad about the situation and that it shouldn't happen. And she's the one that turned it into a race thing. This lady should not be dead. Irania Zawutska should not be dead. What happened to her was tragic and it was sad. And I am not feeling sorry for Zakari Brown. I am not. He had no right to do what he did to that woman. No right whatsoever. It was completely and utterly wrong. And I can't believe that he did this to her. On a train, Charlotte light rail train. They say it's not safe. They were making comments saying that it's not safe to ride, and it's one of their last resorts if they have to ride there. This lady was just on her way home from work, minding her business, and this man unalived her in front of everybody on the train, stabbed her to death, he killed her. That is completely unacceptable. It's like, what is going on? Her yesterday, Charlie Kirk today. That's not it. That's not it. There are some other deaths that have been occurring within this past week. This lady, Romika Meeks, was dropping her child off at school. She was dropping her son off at school. I do not know how she got into it with her child's father and his other baby mama, but somehow they got into an argument or a scuffle or whatever they got into, and the other baby mother shot her in the face and in the torso, and of course she died. Now, if you ask me, I feel like it was planned. Her name is Holly Johnson, and she killed Romika Meeks. If you ask me, it was planned. It was planned. Because why do you have, as the baby daddy, your children's mothers in the same place where they can get into it? Why do you have Romika in a headlock? Why do you have her in a headlock? And then why is Holly running to the car, grabbing the firearm and killing Romika? Shooting her in the face. When you shoot somebody in the face, you do that intentionally. You don't want them to be seen at their services. You intentionally plan to kill them. That's very intentional. And she got arrested. She was trying to be innocent and say, oh, the gun is in the car, and trying to act like there's no big deal. But there's definitely a big deal. It's definitely a big deal. You shot her in the face. And you killed her for what? This lady had written a really sweet message to her son. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. For him when he went to school, it was like the last thing she wrote, and the note that she wrote to her son is going viral. It's going viral. Let me see if I can get the notes of it. It was crazy. I could not believe it. This is what she wrote to her son. The last note that she wrote to her son. Happy Monday, son. Today is a fresh start to this week, and you can start off strong. Always remain yourself. You're the coolest, smartest, and funniest kid I know. I love you so much, and you make me so proud. Have a great day. Mommy loves you. Love, Mommy. That is the note that she wrote to her son. That's the note. And then the article said a close friend of Meeks said she was in school working to become a nurse. The friend said she was an outstanding mother who was always there for her son. Complete disbelief. Her sister and her mother, they were so distraught about what happened. And I feel like from seeing the video that it was a setup. Because I feel like the other baby mother was jealous. She was in cahoots with the father. And they killed that girl. That's how I feel. And I'm standing on that. Of course, more is developing. We'll find out more soon. But in my personal opinion of things, I feel like they killed her on purpose. I feel like they set her up. They made sure it was going to be some type of problem. They set her up and they killed her. I believe the father and Holly set it up and killed her. I said what I said. I feel how I feel. Holly Johnson was arrested for shooting Ramika Meek. She was arrested. So obviously the police feel the same way I do, that there was something wrong. That there's something in the milk isn't clean. Something in the milk isn't clean. Something in the milk is not clean. And according to reports on social media, Meeks was being restrained by a man whom social media identified as the two women's baby daddy Carlos. He allegedly put Meeks in a headlock as his alleged girlfriend / baby mama Johnson allegedly ran to her car for a gun and shot Meeks in the face. Videos of the incident have since gone viral and show first responders attempting to save Meeks. On video, the offender allegedly claimed, "I'm licensed to carry," along with the videos of the incident, a note from Meeks and her son is going viral. So, you being licensed to carry does not mean you have a license to take that lady's life. That was not what you were supposed to be doing. And we have to stop letting these no-count men talk us into doing things, because he doesn't really love you. He just wanted to see you and her fight. And he probably felt like if Ramika was not here any longer and it could look like self-defense and you take the fall and you would get off, things would be okay. And you and he could be together. He probably tried to convince her of that. I'm convinced he did. Sheer and utter craziness. This is in the headlines. This is in the headlines, you guys. These type of things are in the headlines. I can't believe this. Looks like this has been a crazy week. Also, not making the news, and I have no idea why this isn't everywhere. There was a shooting at Evergreen High School in Denver, which left 3 students with gunshot wounds, including the suspected shooter. A shootout at Evergreen High School this afternoon hospitalized 4 students, 3 with gunshot wounds, including the suspected shooter. The students with gunshot wounds were treated at the Common Spirit St. Anthony Hospital in Lakewood. Crazy. Sheer craziness.
Build your way.
Sheer and utter craziness. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what's happening. I just don't know what's happening. But after treatment, 2 of the 3, one being the suspect, are in critical condition. The 3rd victim has non-life-threatening injuries. The sheriff's office confirmed in an evening update that the suspected shooter sustained a self-inflicted gunshot wounds. Gunshot wounds, not wounds. Sorry. You guys, I don't know why that's being swept under the rug. It barely made the news. I had to go digging for that information at Evergreen High School in Colorado. 3 people are shot. 4, including the shooter. This is madness. And this is all happening within the last couple of days. All these news reports I'm telling you are happening within the past couple of days. This is crazy. Charlie Kirk was today. The school shooting was today. Holly Johnson shooting Ramika Meeks was yesterday. I don't know what's happening. I really don't. I don't know what's happening. Let me see. Also, there was another story. This is all within this week. This racist, Tory Brennan, got over 400 people detained at the Hyundai plant, hoping to secure jobs for Americans. But those jobs are made for Koreans and people who speak Korean, because the job instructions are specific for them and in Korean. It would have given nearly 9,000 jobs had this warehouse factory been completed. The people in Georgia would have had 9,000 jobs. But she felt the need to intervene, not knowing this information, and she sent ICE to detain those people. Nearly 400 people, over 400 people. Then she makes this announcement that she plans on running for Congress. Is that we need more people like her in Congress. What? Hell no, we won't go. You do not need to be in Congress. You called the ICE on people. And this is a plant from Korea. They placed the plant in Korea, which would have brought more jobs to us, which we need. And you did this in an effort to be spiteful, vindictive, and to call yourself being a good citizen, I guess, and getting people taken through ICE. And now you plan on running for some sort of Congress? No, we're not voting for you. We are not voting for you. You are a different kind of evil, and yeah, we're just not doing that. We're not doing that. We don't want to vote for you. We don't want someone like you in office who doesn't know the whole story, who acts without thinking. We don't want you in office. We don't want you in office. You just did that because you were tired of the Korean people being in your town. And you were tired of thinking jobs are being taken when jobs are actually being created. Tori Brain, Torbra, she wants the attention. You got it. You're going to get all the negative attention you deserve. You're not a good person. You're not a good person. Just craziness. Pure craziness. And there was another story where a woman went to her husband's mistress' home. She burst through the door and she died. Let me see if I can find that article for you guys. Let me see.
Police say 42-year-old Kiana Wilson was found shot inside a car. It was just outside the Madison Police Precinct. Investigators tell us she was actually shot inside a home on Scalf Drive. Investigators say she went to the home looking for her husband, who was in a relationship with another woman. Police say she got into an argument with the other woman, then tried to force her way into the house. That's when the woman shot Wilson in the stomach, according to police. Wilson drove away, flagged down an officer outside the precinct. She later died at the hospital. So far, no charges have been filed. Police say a woman
that is insanity. Pure insanity. Pure insanity. Her name was, let me see, let me get that information here, you guys. I know it's pretty important. This happened in Nashville, Tennessee. Kiana Wilson, 42, fatally shot her husband's mistress, Keosha Queer, when she went to her house and confronted her about sleeping with her husband. Now that's your husband. Imagine going to somebody's house because you want to confront somebody for sleeping with your husband, which I would never have done. Because I don't trust people, and you see why. You can't trust people. They are out here unaliving people and killing people. The lady's not in jail. Because you came and you barged in her door and she killed you over her man. Now he's walking around here scot-free. She's walking around here scot-free. And you are dead in the ground. Or going to be put in the ground soon. This is crazy. I'm trying to see what day this was. Because I believe this was in the last week. I believe it was within the last week. Let me see what day this was. Oh, this was a day ago. This was yesterday. Again, yesterday. I don't know what's happening. I again don't know what's happening. This was yesterday. This is crazy. We got Tori Brain out here running about the wrong thing. And people are being unalived everywhere for trying to defend themselves, trying to stand up for their marriage, just riding home on a train. Charlie Kirk was a scapegoat and a victim, and he was a ploy being used by the Republicans, and I say what I said. This has been a crazy week. Children are being shot up at schools. this is the news isn't talking. This has been a crazy week, y'all. This has been a really crazy week. And it's only Wednesday. Like, I'm afraid to think about what the weekend's gonna look like. This is crazy, y'all. Some's in the water. Something's in the water, y'all. Something is in the water. But y'all be safe out there, y'all, because it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. And y'all, these dudes are not worth it. Don't be going to somebody's house trying to confront somebody about him. He's not worth it. Stay your ass home. Get you a nice lawyer. Mind your business. And keep it moving. You'll be happy and you'll be alive. This is crazy. Did you guys know that A Minute with Mishy was everywhere? And I do mean everywhere. I am on TikTok as A Minute with Mishy. I'm on Facebook as A Minute with Mishy. I'm even on Instagram as A Minute with Mishy. So make sure that you're sharing this podcast. You're sharing all my other platforms with everybody else who is on the same vibe that we're on so they can enjoy it as well. I love and appreciate you guys, and thanks for being here with me. Now, y'all, with everything that's going on, with Charlie Kirk just being sacrificed, and I said what I said, I'm not taking that back. With all the things that are going on in the political office, all the negative things that are happening, you would think that gospel artists, the ones that are teaching us or telling us to go to God through music and trusting God through music, would not be the ones that are on the side of somebody who is trying to be a dictator and who is not serving our best interest as American citizens in this country. You would think that, right? But I'm going to just name names because you're supposed to love God. And I supported the people who are the biggest hate mongers. Tasha Cobbs Leonard, John Gray, CeCe Winans, who refused to speak on her political affiliation, but we're not stupid, CeCe, we know better. The Winans themselves, the whole family, all of them are supportive of whoever's in office because they feel like it's the Christian thing to do. Let me tell you what the Christian thing to do is to practice right from wrong. Oh no, you're going to support him because you're going to support him because you get tax breaks, so we know what's up. So stop playing with us. It's the Christian thing to do to support whoever's in office. I didn't tell you to hate the person. I didn't tell you to hate them, but you're supporting a hate monger, love. We didn't say hate them and bash them and be unchristian-like. We didn't say that. But how is supporting somebody who is a hate monger Christian-like? You got to make that make sense to me. That's why every day I say Jehovah's Witnesses have the right idea about religion and not supporting this wicked system of things. Y'all can say what y'all want to say, but they don't support this wicked system of things, and that's the right thing to do. Not sit up here and lie and gaslight your audience and say, oh, well, we don't believe in being hateful towards the political office. We didn't say that, honey. We said recognize right from wrong, and which is what you are not doing. Y'all not going to gaslight us. Y'all not gaslighting us. I'm sorry. Y'all not gaslighting us. Tasha Cobbs Leonard got a big old mouth, but she don't stand on the side of right when it comes to this. Girl, please. CeCe, I know I like you and I don't care how demure you're trying to be. I don't want to discuss it. Girl, please. We already know. Who y'all fooling? Nobody. But blind people want to be blind Christians. I'm a Christian, but I ain't no blind Christian. No, ma'am. Y'all are a trip. Y'all really are. I can't do nothing but look at that and laugh. Read about that and laugh. Because it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Y'all want tax breaks just like everybody else because y'all rich and y'all want to keep y'all money. We know what it is. We're not stupid. You're not pulling the wool over my eyes. I know better. Do better. Oh boy. Ladies, some of y'all are literally sleeping with the enemy. Y'all are literally sleeping with the enemy. And when I say this, I'm talking about y'all got these niggas that don't support y'all dreams. They don't care less about your dreams. They don't care about your aspirations. They don't support it because they don't even bother to ask you about it, because that's why they don't support it, because they don't even know. They don't care about what you want to do with your talent. They don't even know if you have a talent. If somebody was to ask them if you had a talent, they wouldn't even be able to tell them anything besides sexual talent. Excuse me, let me get this hair off my microphone. They couldn't tell them nothing about you except your sexual talents. And that's sad as hell. That all a man can tell them about is your sexual talents. That's it, y'all. He can't tell them nothing else about you but your sexual talents. And I'm like, is that all I'm good for? Is my sexual talents? To you, yes. So that's how I know I'm sleeping with the enemy and I need to stop. That's how you know you're sleeping with the enemy, ladies, and you need to stop. This nigga don't care nothing about you and what you got going on. I'm going to tell you, every nigga I dealt with, and I'm using the N-word, yes I am, excuse me. Since I started writing my books, not one of them has read a book, supported a book, bought a book, promoted a book, and the shit for y'all. None of that. I do all the work. I make all the videos. I do all the hard work and everything. Not nobody else. I do it. So I'm doing all this, and this shit is all it is. It's a reshare, repost. These niggas, y'all. What we do here is go y'all. Back. And I hate to dwell on things. You're not supposed to dwell on things, y'all. But I'm have to. Because, like, nah. We really be sleeping with the enemy, y'all. These niggas don't care nothing about us and what we got going on. For real. And I have been seeing a lot of YouTube videos lately where they have interviewed ladies and ladies have filmed these men and the men didn't know they were being recorded. And these niggas be saying the most agree, and these are white men too, so let me not just say niggas. These dudes be saying the most egregious stuff. And this is your husband. This is the man that vowed to love you till death you part. The whole thing about slamming that cake in people's face. Like, y'all, at the wedding, you ruining her makeup. She specifically asked you not to do it and you did it anyway. Brides storming out of their wedding receptions because they're upset. And these dudes laughing in their face. Y'all, we really be sleeping with the enemy. We really be sleeping with the enemy. I promise y'all we do. And we don't even realize that we be sleeping with the enemy. Like, it's crazy. We just think these people love us. We try to make it work. We try our best. We want them to be interested in our interests, interested in our talents, help us, support us, love us. All that shit. These niggas don't be loving us. They don't. They don't be loving us, y'all. I had to literally stop watching the YouTube videos on this because I was getting so mad. And it's like, okay, I don't want to lash out. I don't want to attack nobody. Let me just mind my business. And I don't want to become what they say, a bitter black woman. I don't want to do none of that. Let me just mind my business. Let me just mind my business. Right? Trying to tell y'all, they don't give a fuck about us. We sleeping with the enemy. Like, how do I have 4 books out? You wanted to stick your dick in me, but you never reposted none of my shit. You have stuck your dick in me. You never reposted none of my shit. You never read none of my shit. Books start at 99 cents. You brag about how you go on vacation. You bragging about this, that, and the third. The highest costing book is $3.99. You ain't never bought a book. Ciao. Nope. I knew I had to be done. I knew I had to be done with people. I knew I had to be done. It was too much. I'm too nice. Too lenient. Too nice. Too lenient. Deal with too much shit for you to not be supportive of me. You won't even buy a 99-cent book. Nigga, fuck you. Like, for real. Just can't. It's ridiculous. Sleeping with the enemy. That's what that was. And I had to stop. I was being a fool. And I can't be a fool. I can't. Sleeping with the enemy, y'all. Make sure you're not doing that. Do what's best for you and only you. Worry about yourself. Because I promise you nobody else will. Especially when they don't support you. Well, we talked and a time was had by all. I appreciate your presence. It was felt and greatly appreciated. Go out into the world, do good things, and be good people. Remember, good people create good vibes. And I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Everybody wants to know where you're going to, what you're running from, what you're going through, where you're coming from, what you're going through.